Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And salutations to the Akim out there laboring of the hopeful elect that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. And things are pretty heating up at the border down there at Eagle Pass, Texas. Now you have a court order, okay, from the Supreme Court that ruled that the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, cannot use the Texas National Guard to pretty much block the immigrants from coming in, the migrants from coming in. Okay, now they are to supposedly, due to court order, they are to remove any barriers that the National Guard had put up. Now the governor is pretty much bucking up against it, and you're seeing here in this tweet, it says Governor Greg Abbott is using the Texas National Guard to obstruct and create chaos at the border. If Abbott is defying yesterday's Supreme Court ruling, needs to establish sole federal control of the Texas National Guard now. You know, when pretty much now we're going to be on the cusp of a civil war. Okay? Now, each state has a National Guard for that particular state. And the governor has the power to utilize the National Guard in case of a crisis or an emergency. You know, they deploy them. Okay, so now this is the case now where pretty much the border patrol, okay, which is of the feds, the federal government, has pretty much been relieved of their duties, and the governor of Texas has implanted the Texas National Guard now to guard and pretty much detain any migrants trying to cross the border. So now this is a big rift that's going on back in Washington now. So now he also extended the power to give them the right to defend. Okay, and Texas being a pretty much a lenient, very lenient state concerning gun laws, and this pretty much where he's giving them the right to defend themselves if they pretty much are being stopped at whatever task they are said to do. You see, and this is all playing into the hands of the movie that's coming out called Civil War. This movie is pretty much going to come out this spring, and I'm going to play a little bit of this clip. We'll probably see if we can get a little bit of this information, but pretty much other states are pretty much following suit with Texas as far as standing with them and being able to, and will be able to use their National Guard for that respective state, okay, at their will. All right, so without any further ado,
Kazar, or whatever. I agree with if Abbott is defying yesterday's Supreme Court ruling, POTUS needs to establish sole federal control of the Texas National Guard. So things are getting very serious. So basically, what we have here is we have Texas saying that they will defend based on the Constitution, and then we have the Supreme Court trying to overrule that. Texas said they will still protect their border. And now we have Homeland Security basically threatening Abbott to comply by tomorrow. Well, it doesn't look like it's going that way. And this is what I told you the other day, is this is how civil war starts, okay? And I heard somebody say in the comments, say, this isn't civil war, call it what is a revolution? Revolution when the people stand up against the government. This is states' rights. This is what you would call a civil war, the precursor to it. But like I told you the other day, rebellion is contagious, okay? And that's why this is important. It's important to have one guy stand up and then the rest stand up. And this is the thing. Some people say, Greg Abbott said WF puppet. This, I've covered that. You think I don't know? I've done sole videos on Greg Abbott being WF. My buddy Cassidy Campbell went and asked Greg Abbott to his face to denounce WEF, and he wouldn't. So, but the thing is, whatever it may be, the dude's standing up right now, okay? It's kind of like the same thing that patriots walk around calling everybody a Fed. Everybody can't be a Fed, because if that's the case, then you're all screwed. What are you? You're just going to give up because everybody's a Fed. It's ridiculous. But Anyway, rebellion is contagious and it's working. So multiple governors across the nation have expressed their support for Governor Abbott and declaration of Texas for his constitutional right for self-defense. Now, Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt was the first to stand beside Texas with this tweet here. He said, "Oklahoma stands with Texas." And after that, it takes one, and more goes to follow. So, because Greg Abbott invoked Article 1, Clause 3, other states are now able to enter into agreements with Texas to help repel the invasion. Other states may now send troops and or equipment in aid in halting the border invasion. Okay, that's important. We have Speaker Mike Johnson saying that he stands with Governor Abbott. The House will do anything in its power to back him up.
Right, and this is the Speaker of the House. Now, pretty much now you have a pretty much a person of as in office in Washington. Okay, he has a very important position as House Speaker, and he's pretty much standing with the governor, as well as other states. Well, they can also send their troops over to the border to help, fortify the border. You see, so now this is ultimately coming to a head. And as I mentioned before, with the movie that's coming out, Civil War, but there's something in particular in the trailer that I want to play, that really gets into what we're seeing right now, and this is almost seems like it's predictive programming, so to speak, okay, right from there, real quick. Let me grab scripture. This is Luke chapter 12. Satan. It's Satan. So let me pull it up. See that? Pull it up here. Salakia. Bear with me. Okay, this is Luke. Chapter 12. We're going to start at 51. And it reads, "Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth? I tell you nay, but rather division." And this is all the work of the Lord. That's pretty much systematically, putting this place into a tailspin. Okay? We're seeing now where people are at odds at everything, pretty much. Okay? You just turn on the TV and look at these talking heads, and even when you look at the internet, okay? People with their podcasts, and people coming on and being at disagreements with everything. This country is not agreeing with anything. You see, everybody's is at odds, and everybody is not on the same particular page of anything. Some people, you got, it's really the fight between good and evil. But somehow, some way, you got people that have pretty much their own little bone to pick with what they don't agree with. Okay, you see, but at the end of the day, it's only two ways to go. Good or evil. But the Lord is not coming to send peace on earth, as the people, as the average Christian would tell you. Okay, you see, they're not seeing the things that are pretty much brewing, and not really observing the times. It says, verse 52. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. And people pretty much under the same household have their certain ideology, about life, so to speak. Okay, and the whole household is really pretty much wicked as hell, and then they pretty much are divided on things that don't matter at the end of the day. You see, okay. And this division really, it comes down to, pretty much the 2/3 in the elect. That's really what it boils down to. But you're going to have people divided on different issues, okay? Different stances, and pretty much, multi generational families are pretty much dwelling under the same roof. So, pretty much the upbringing coming in different times, you know, uh, and, through the generations, they have a different outview of life, so to speak. You may have a millennial that pretty much has a totally different mindset than Generation X, and Generation X having a totally different mindset than Generation Z. Okay, so this is the problem that you're seeing within these people. Okay, within Babylon, chiefly, you see, it says, right, the father, verse 53, the father shall be divided against the son against the father, the mother against the daughter against the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. And pretty much, man, the old morals are pretty much all gone. There's no respect for any of the elders, okay, of households. You see, the child is pretty much acting proudly, against the elderly, so to speak. You see, and you see it. You go out in public, man. You don't see the children having respect for the parents, man. Okay, all of that has gone out the window, and everybody has this spirit of rebellion that's upon them. You see, and even when you talk about here with this whole thing with the border, okay, because pretty much the Biden administration is pretty much sitting on their hands concerning the matter with the migrants. So the governors, pretty much this one of Texas, is pretty much taking matters in his own hands, okay, and deploying, okay, the Texas National Guard to guard and pretty much relieving the Border Patrol, which is also getting orders to sit on their hands, and they pretty much have been relieved of their duties, so to speak. Okay, so now you pretty much have the Border Patrol pretty much coming to work and pretty much not doing anything. They're just sitting there and pretty much watching the National Guard. So now there is a time limit now to where the court order's coming down to where they have to pretty much, they're telling the National Guard to stand down. So this is coming from the Department of Homeland Security. So now it's going to be very interesting to see how this all goes down. You see? Right? Right? But this is how people are not really observing the times, man, because people don't see this as anything of significance, so to speak. I see, until it shit hits the fan. But people are not really privy to the times that we're in, okay, and not really being tuned in to geopolitical their geopolitical arena and knowing what's going on. You see, but it says this is Luke chapter 12 verse 54, and he said also to the people, this is Yahushua speaking, when you see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower, and so it is. And when you see the south wind blow, ye say, there will be heat, and it come to pass. Ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that you do not discern this time? And people are not pretty much not discerning this time because they don't feel like it's something that applies to them right now. But pretty much this topic is pretty much affecting everybody nationwide, okay, because these migrants are pretty much going into neighborhoods, okay, and pretty much are disrupting their peace, so to speak. When you talk about New York City alone, you got all these other cities, you got migrants in neighborhoods where people will not even have to really deal with a population of people that was pretty much down and out, so to speak. You got these migrants pretty much knocking on the doors of residences, you see, okay, begging for money. All right, but hey, the time's gonna come to where it's gonna be no more just knocking on the door. Okay, they pretty much are gonna just kick the door in, or pretty much break a window to enter in, to pretty much see what they can pretty much get, okay, to survive, okay? And people understand that part of the aspect of it, the people that are pretty much knowing the time that we're in, but most people don't see the severity of how this is going to play out, okay? This is a problem where you have these migrants pretty much freely coming into the country and there's no jobs to give them, you see, okay? You would figure that the jig would be up as far as coming here to Babylon, okay? Babylon's pretty much has been a farce to a lot of these people. A lot of people be coming here and now they see the reality of things and feel like now they've been duped, okay? This place was once, the place of milk and honey, so to speak. You see, this was the ongoing saying in a lot of these third world countries. And this is the reason why they're still coming here. But people pretty much are not getting the memo. Okay, people still feel like they got a shot to make it here. But pretty much now you're seeing that it's really becoming a dead end. Okay, so it's becoming a very big issue. Okay, within this place, man. Okay, but I want to play. Let's see real quick if I can get it. Bear with me. Thought I had it pulled up. Okay. I want to pull up this here Civil War. It pretty much. I want to play a little bit of the trailer. So without any further ado.
19 states have seceded.
The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The three-term president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know.
If you notice that they said that California and they mentioned Florida pretty much are something to the effect of forming their own alliances, okay, against the government. Okay? So, this is little gems and nuggets we can pick out from this movie, and we're seeing how things are actually being played out, man. And this is actually biblical prophecy at the end of the day.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America?
We just try to stay out. With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
Citizens of America.
Let's go to that flag now. Okay? Let's go back to that flag. Okay? That flag pretty much is a new alliance of pretty much a state, you can read, between the lines, a state that pretty much has succeeded from the Union. Okay? So now they're establishing their own, sovereignty, so to speak. Okay? Got to read between the lines with these things.
Citizens of America.
The so-called Western forces of Texas and California
Have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens?
We're moving to D.C. today.
We need to go down there.
They shoot journalists on sight in the Capitol. Every instinct in me says this is death. What
Every time I survived a war zone, I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. Look, we're American, okay? Okay. What kind of American are you? You don't know?
And this is the situation that they're gonna face. Let's play that again. Let's play that again, because this is part of that division now, okay? And there's not gonna be no more people being on the same side because you both reside here in the shores of Babylon, okay? Different ideology is pretty much going to be displayed carnally, so to speak. Okay, enough of the back and forth and the bickering. Okay, it's gonna get physical. You see? So let's play that one little part right there again.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. Look, we're American, okay? Okay. What kind of American are you?
for people that don't even know what the hell is going on. Okay? Okay? Because the scriptures talk about agree with our adversary quickly, you know? But these people are so much not reserving the times that they're in and just getting caught up in when shit hits the fan.
On July 4th.
They're pretty much getting caught up in when shit hits the fan. They don't even know how to respond to that question. You see? And that pretty much is the time to come is going to be a life and death question being asked. You know? He simply said, what kind of American are you? Okay? Pretty much and had a assault rifle pointed to them. You see? So this is the time that we're coming in, man. You know? All right? From there, let's go to Isaiah real quick. Okay? But this is pretty much going into the Egyptians against the Egyptians, man. And the Lord is pretty much gonna ramp this thing up. And we're pretty much seeing it heat up. You know? And this is a message to Egypt. You know, Egypt is spiritually, you know, here in Babylon, you know, Babylon the Great, you know, okay? And it says, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, you know, and the Lord is pretty much going to suck the spirit out of this place, man. Okay? I mean, this place has been proud against the Lord. You know, everything that these people do, these laws and pretty much are against what the Lord has prescribed to pretty much be a righteous kingdom or just being a righteousness. You know, these people go wholeheartedly against that. You see? Okay? It says, verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, that they might fight every one against his brother, one against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. Okay? And that's pretty much now what you're seeing now. Okay? You're going to see people that's pretty much going to go at it. You know, right now you're seeing pretty much the two parties that are at odds and the people that back them. Okay? So now this is pretty much, it's going to be a carnal matter. Okay? You see? It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And pretty much we've seen that, you know, with the elites, you know, with the WEF, they pretty much had their little witch doctor, whatever you want to call it, you know, a witch, pretty much perform some type of ritual, okay? But the council is failing. You see? I know they also want, you know, this place to pretty much decay. Okay, so they can roll out their pretty much their new agenda. You know? But it's gonna backfire. Okay? It's pretty much gonna backfire. Okay? And it says, and the Egyptians will I get over unto a hand of a cruel lord, and of a fierce king who shall rule over them, saith Yahweh of Lord Yahweh of hosts. You know, pretty much, hey, you know, that dystopian government is coming, man. You see? Okay? They're gonna pretty much lay the smack down on how things are gonna go. But they need the chaos to pretty much brew in order to bring that order. You see? So this place is pretty much is gonna have to be unsown before that time comes. You see? You know? I want to jump down a little bit. Grab a little bit out of here. Same chapter is in Isaiah 19. It says, this is Isaiah 19 and 11. Surely the princes of Zion are fools. The counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is become brutish. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise and the son of ancient kings? And pretty much this place is pretty much the laughingstock to the world. And, you know, this is speaking about you not, how dare you try to say you are the people of ancient kings, like pretty much their forefathers. You know, the forefathers that pretty much have built this place and have made it such a great nation, you know, Okay? And the Lord only allowed that. You know? Okay? This is that whore that's rated in that scarlet cuff and scarlet. You see? Okay? But how could you say at this point in time now, because your counsel has failed you and all your foreign policy is pretty much rubbish. You see? Okay? And now you're pretty much saying that you are the son of the wise and the son of ancient kings. You know? And pretty much they're not pretty much aligning themselves and their forefathers. You see? Okay? This place is pretty much tanking very fast. You know? It says, verse 12, where are they? Where are thy wise men? Let them tell me now, and let them know that Yahweh of hosts had purposed upon Egypt. And we're basically here to say that, you know, okay? The wise man has diminished, okay, in this place. You see, okay, this place is pretty much on autopilot from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai at the end of the day. Okay, it's the Lord who controls the minds of the kings, and as rivers of water turneth it whatsoever he feeleth. You see, okay, the Lord's the one that's working on the minds of these kings, and he's the ones that's pretty much having these governors pretty much bucking up against the president who's in power. You see, okay, they pretty much are looking out for their own personal citizens of their particular states, and you're gonna see that defiance, man. Okay. It says, the princes of Zoan have become fools. The princes of North are deceived. They have also seduced Egypt, even they that are the stay of the tribes thereof. And it's really, at the end of the day, it's really the tribes that are coming here in droves with that whole migrant situation. Okay? And that's all the Lord's doing. You see? Okay? And some of them pretty much are going to come here to get their judgment, man. Okay? Whether it's a deliverance, or whether it's to pretty much get put to death here, man. Okay? Whatever ways that the Lord sees fit. You see? But pretty much the tribes are coming in. The tribes are here in Babylon. Okay? And this is all of the Lord. You know? It says, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. And you're seeing this place erring in every corner. Okay? You're seeing this place pretty much is not the standard for the world to look up to no more. Okay? You got people that are pretty much despising this place. You got people that are pretty much are using this place as a laughing stock. And pretty much you can go on the web, you know, on social media, and you can see how these other nations pretty much clown this place for its folly. Okay, this place is like a drunken man staggereth. You see, okay, and that vomit is pretty much all the perverseness that has been spewed out, man, and pretty much a drunken man pretty much slipping in his own vomit, okay, and pretty much falling on his face. You see, okay, and now the world is here to see this place, you know, morally and spiritually decay, okay, and then ultimately the destruction will come. You see? And this is all going by biblical prophecy at the end of the day. You know? But this right here is not too far-fetched to what's going on now, man, with this movie here. And that's the point. And we just said, it says all empires fall. Okay? And Daniel told you that. You know, when you go in the book of Daniel. You see? All right, so, hey, this is systematically pretty much coming to a head, man. And this is all of the Lord, and the Lord is pretty much going to bring that division. You see? And it's clearly seen, And I want to put a disclaimer out here. I don't own the rights to this, the clips to this movie. I'm going to put a disclaimer in the description. And this is just for educational purposes. And pretty much, this is what it is. You want to get this out here for people to really, be mesmerized by this. And it's really coming out to pass. Okay? And it's all according to biblical prophecy. You see? Okay? All right? He's controlling the minds of the kings to put these movies together, to pretty much create scenarios, problem, reaction, solution, to pretty much bring it to where we are to have, these prophecies to come to pass, man. We're just a messenger. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Shalom.